Alright you guys, so today we're back with another video, and today I'm discussing with you different ways and different strategies that you can use to improve your rate as a photographer or a videographer. These are strategies that I have implemented throughout my career as being a full-time photographer and videographer, so you guys can know that, these strategies are coming direct from me. This is a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, but these are just tips that I've done myself to increase my rate throughout the past years. All right, so I'll start off with tip number one, which is investing into yourself. So when I say investing into yourself, I not only mean money, but I also mean time. So what I would tell you to do is invest into workshops, spending your time staying on YouTube or on Skillshare, investing your time into any of these platforms that'll teach you how to get better at your skill. That's what I highly recommend. And also spending a lot of time practicing. Invest your time into yourself. Go to workshops. I know this might be hard for some of you depending on where you're located, but I would recommend, follow some of your favorite photographers, reach out to them. I've been to a couple workshops myself, and the difference has been like night and day for me. So I highly recommend workshops. I highly recommend, YouTube. I stay on YouTube still for hours and hours, just learning new tips and tricks and ways I can better my craft. And then last but not least, I would also say invest your money into your equipment. I know there's a lot of people on YouTube and there's a big saying going around that, equipment doesn't matter, gear doesn't matter, but to be honest, it really does. If you have a crop sensor camera, maybe invest into getting something full frame, an array of lenses, invest into microphone equipment, invest into lighting. I know lights are expensive, I know camera equipment is very, very expensive, but if you want that higher rate, then you're gonna have to pay to play. So my next tip would be actually improving your craft and improving your work. So one of the first things I can tell you to do that'll instantly change your work is improving your lighting. Lighting plays such a big character in photography and videography. Lighting is such a big characteristic when it comes to filming and photography that I feel like it's 75% of the work. I feel like it's 75% of the job when you're on set. So I would look into YouTube, same thing, I would look into YouTube, Skillshare, follow even a couple cinematographers and people on Instagram and TikTok. They often go behind the scenes of their setups, and I would just, when I see the setups, I just try to recreate and replicate them on my own. From time to time, I will also try to share my lighting breakdowns, my lighting diagrams, so that you guys can take that and it'll help you with your day-to-day jobs. So understanding your lighting, understanding your camera, understanding your environment, understanding your composition, tools like that and improving in areas like that will make a big difference to what your work looks like. So my next tip would be for you to actually niche down and understand what your area of expertise is. For example, one of the many lessons that I've learned doing this for so many years is that if you sit down and you're a jack of all trades, then you're a master of none. If somebody knows that you shoot birthdays and you shoot weddings and you shoot events and you shoot music videos and you shoot clothing lines and skincare and businesses of all types and sorts, then you're pretty much not the go-to guy for anything. So what I would recommend for you to do is sit down and really niche and understand what is it that you really want to do? What is it that you really feel like makes you feel good when you get up to go shoot it? Is that fitness? Is that health and beauty, health and wellness? Is that food? Is that weddings? Whatever it is, whatever that is that you feel like the most confident about and you feel the most fulfilled about when you're shooting it, that's what I'd recommend you niching down on. Last but not least, I'd recommend improving your value. When people reach out to you and they're paying you, a couple $100s or whatever your rate is, you want to try to turn that conversation from them just spending money on you to them making an investment into themselves. Now, there's a couple tips that I'll also give with that. The first thing is, if you're just shooting somebody that just wants to take nice pictures, they're not always in the need for photos. So what I'm saying is, if you shoot with somebody that just wants some photos for their birthday, yeah, these are photos for their birthday, they'll look really nice, but they're not a necessity to somebody, right? If I'm shooting for a brand like Nike, 10 times out of 10, they really need the photos for a reason. They need them to market a new product. They might need them to market a new athlete. For some reason, they need these photos. So because they have a need for these photos, they're more likely to pay a higher amount versus somebody that just wants a one-off session. So with that being said, I would try to tell you to work with more brands, as from what I've seen, brands and people that own businesses are more likely to pay a higher rate because they're in the need for your photography or videography services. So the next time a client reaches out to you, try to get them to understand that they're not, just spending money on a session, but that they're making an investment with you. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I'm gonna try to stay as consistent as possible with these uploads. I'm dedicating the next 3 months to staying consistent on here because I really enjoy doing this. So if you don't mind liking, comment, sharing, and subscribing to this channel, I really appreciate that because, whatever you can do to help me out, I promise I'm gonna do the same to help you out. So till next time, I'm out. Ah, man, this be the worst part to start this shit. Okay.